Alright, so this is going to be a Clarion guide. First off, I want to say thanks to everyone for support on the first one with the Rano. I wanted to do Clarion next because one, she's like one of the most popular characters, and two, she's also a top tier, and we like top tiers. So first off, I want to go over her ground movement. Her walk speed's really good, but let's be real, people are going to be dashing around like crazy in this game. So let's go over her dash, because I think it's low-key one of the most like trickiest parts about her kit. Her initial dash lasts for a really long time, so if you tap one direction and try to use a move after, a lot of the time you're gonna get that dash attack, and you really don't want that. It's super laggy and it's hard to follow up on it. So you really got to get used to the timing of her initial dash and how long you're flicking your stick, because after initial dash you have to wait until it ends before you can throw out your next move, if it is a tilt move. For smash attacks you can use them whenever, but for tilts I have to wait a bit before I use it. So one of the main things that was hard for me to get used to is just waiting for the end of that initial dash and then throwing out a tilt if I'm trying to box people out. Her aerial movement is pretty quick. She doesn't move left and right all too much, but it's just enough because of her long sword range that makes it really easy to space out her moves. So you can do a quick hop and weave in back and forth with whatever moves and really keep people out of your space. So her main mechanic, just like Marth and Smash, she has a tipper mechanic. So the blue part of her moves and on the tip of her sword, she puts people into a stun or a hit stop or whatever, and it'll be easier for you to combo. And the red part of her move will not send them as far and be a little bit harder to get follow-ups after that. So first off, we're gonna go into her jab. A lot of her ground moves have the same type of use where they're just keeping people away, boxing tools. So you basically just want to throw out jabs when you're being pressured too much, or if you feel like people are running in on you. You just tap that button and it basically tells people to get off of you. You do get some follow-ups off the tipper, usually at lower percents. Let's move this up a little bit. Let's say he's at like 11 or 15. At lower percents, you'll see it'll pop them up a little bit, but not fully, depending on their DI. And after that, you can get a grab, and I'll go over her grab combos after. Or if they don't press a button, you can get like a forward air or a neutral air and start some combos. So let's try that. Yeah, you have to dash after that. If they do land on the ground and not press a button, that's what you're gonna basically get out of it. Next off, I'll go into her forward tilt, because it basically has the same usage, but it doesn't really have any follow-ups after. It's more so, it's a lot more of a get off me tool than jab. It's farther reaching and it'll send people farther out. And that's the gist of F tilt. Up tilt is going to be more of an anti-air. So when people are trying to land on you, or you just want to pressure someone on top of a platform, you pop this out and you can get follow-ups off that off of their DI. If they DI in to your up tilt, it's a lot easier to combo off of than if they're DIing out. Just because of the angle that it sends you. After up tilt at like mid percents, you'll get some good follow-ups, either a bair or an up air. The general rule of thumb is if they DI in like there, you go for the up air after, and if they're DIing out, you go for the bair. Right, that. And that's her up tilt. So next we'll go on to her aerials. Her forward air is going to be the main aerial that you're spamming. There are a lot of uses to this move, so I'm going to spend a lot of time with it. So be ready. Let's lower them down a little bit. So it is a main combo starter regardless of their percent. Especially if you get that tipper hitbox of it. And it also is amazing for keeping people out of your space, approaching. It's like everything you want in the move. So the way to use this is, one, you go in with it, right? And you really want to get used to hitting that tipper hitbox of it, because that's how you get your combos after. So you can fall with it, follow up after. At lower percents, let me get them to like 20. You can follow up with like a neutral air, and that'll like continue her strings. Just in general, you gotta not think about like every time I use this move, I have to use this next move after, because Rivals in general is a really free flow game. So I can teach you a combo, but there's so many factors that go into if this combo is going to work or not, especially with Clarion, because you don't know if you're hitting your tipper or not, and you got to get used to a few timings with her. Let's talk in general for her aerials. If you get this tipper hitbox, you're going to be in the air for a little longer. So hit falling, which is pressing down after you hit your aerial, the timing is going to be different if you hit the inside hitbox, the red hitbox of her sword, versus the blue one. And that like messes with all your follow-ups. Another thing you have to be careful about with forward air is that a lot of the time, if you're moving too far forward when you're hitting it, it sends people behind you. Which is okay in some situations. Let's say someone's at the edge of the stage and you, on purpose, you want them to go to the left and so you can continue your combo. You'd use that hitbox. But if you're off stage and you're moving forward too much with the forward air, it'll send people back to the stage, and that's typically not what you want. So you can go in with forward air, you can retreat out with it, but you can also rise with it into your opponent. And I'll show you what that means. On Rano, since he's a shorter character, it's a little harder to hit this hitbox. But if you can, so I'm gonna rise with forward air, then hit fall down. You can get a lot of follow-ups after that, like that. Oh, he's at 0%. It's gonna mess things up. Let me do this. And that's how you can get kills really easily that way. So really mess around with this move. This is the move I recommend. If you go into a match, spam this thing, because it's gonna be your friend, and it'll really get you used to using Clarion. So after forward air, I'll go into her back air. So you can use back air a little bit of the same way as forward air, but you gotta be careful because it's a slower move, and two, the angle that this move hits at, or it's gonna be a lot harder to get this hit off than it is forward air because of how slow it is and how quick it is. But the follow-ups that you get are really good off of it. So you can go bear into bear. Oops. Bear. Well, bear into whatever. Depending on their DI. If they DI in, like I said, you want to go for the up air. If they DI away, it's going to be a little bit harder to follow up. I got a forward air off of it. Like that. For the DI in or no DI. But yeah. That's typically how you're using bear. Also probably one of your better edge guarding moves because it'll kill. Unlike forward air is going to, or it's a lot, it reaches farther out horizontally, I feel. Maybe, I'm not sure if that's true, but it just feels like a better kill move than forward air sometimes. That's bear. And then we'll go into everyone's favorite moves, down air and up air. First off with down air, spike hitbox all over it if you hit the tipper. That'll pop people upwards. Oh man, I have the platform swinging right there. So we'll say right here. So it pops them straight up if they're on the ground without a spike, and you can get a lot of follow-ups off that. Good sometimes for landing. It's the coolest looking, one of the coolest looking moves, and people want to spam it probably more than you should. So you just gotta be careful about how you use it. If you want to hard call out someone's tech, you hit them with this, then you can combo into your imagination. Keep in mind that it does start on the back of Clarin. So if you're gonna hit someone with it, make sure you're facing away from them, so that you can combo off of it, or so that you make sure it hits. Going into her up air isn't as good of a juggle tool, just because how slow the initial startup is. If you can hit it, good for you basically, but you really want to follow up moves into up air. Basically, if they're DIing in, you throw out your up air and you get the kill pretty early. It does have hitboxes on like the left and right side of it, so sometimes you'll up air someone and you'll hit them with those hitboxes, and it happens more often than you think it would. And those are her aerials. I'm going fair bear, yeah. Oh, neutral air. Neutral air I like to use at earlier percents. You can sort of use it like not exactly like fair, but if someone's running into you a lot or jumping at you, you go like this, and you can get a lot of follow-ups after that. At lower percents, it'll send into the ground, so it sets up for tech situations, and then at mid percents, you can follow up with a forward air probably. Yeah. And those are her main uses for her aerials. So we can probably go into her specials now. So first off with her neutral special, it's this charge. If you just tap it, it goes that far. You hold it once, goes that far. You get 2 charges there. And then if you hold it all the way, you get this gigantic laser. You can move left and right while you're using it, but you can't change the direction of it. The main use for this move is if you knock someone off stage and they're in a lot of hit stun, and you just want to create that space, or you want to cover that space that they're in, so that they can't recover that way. It's pretty hard to use, but once you get good at hitting or threatening with that area, you're gonna be hitting it off stage and getting some really early kills. Going into her up B. Yeah, I'll go to up B right now. Her up B is a slash upwards. If you press it again, you get a double slash. Going into how to use it off stage, you really want to make sure you're hitting an area, or you're using it at the area where she's barely snapping to the ledge, because it makes it harder for you to get hit. You have to be careful about people parrying this move, especially if you're using the second hit. And for the second hit, you want the same thing. You really want to be like barely hugging the wall and then snap into that ledge. I typically just use the first hitbox of it, or the first slash upwards, but getting that second slash is really useful just for mixing up your recovery. I don't like using it to kill because it leaves you really open if you miss. I'm sure there's some situations where you can get a true combo off of it, but for me, it's not really worth it. So yeah, that's up B. Going into her down B, I'm not sure if I can set Rana to attack actually. Crossfield jump. Okay. Basically, if someone attacks you, let me turn the controller on. What stage was it? Yeah. So if someone's attacking you, it's a counter, but more importantly, where's the attacking move? Okay. Let me see if I can two-hand this. Yeah. So it creates this force field around you. Projectiles can't go into it, and they can't start while they're in it. So if Rano tried to throw a needle while he was in here, or a poison dart, he wouldn't be able to. And it's really matchup dependent on how good it is, because taking away someone's projectile can be a really big part of their game and makes your life a lot easier. But other than that, that's basically the gist of that move. Let me go back to the computer so that I can set it to do whatever I want. Next, we'll go into her side B. So her side B has a hitbox at the point where you started it, and there's a sweet spot there that you can combo off of. So let's set them a little bit higher. And this move, oops. Yeah, this move, you gotta be using it sparingly, because if you spam this, there's a lot of end lag after, and you're kind of stuck there. So be careful about using it. But if you do get that sweet spot hit of it, let me save state, yeah. If you do get the sweet spot of it, you can combo off of it. Really good for killing too. Or really good for getting that kill. But yeah, you just gotta be really careful about it. The thing about side B is that it really helps your recovery options. So if you use it into a wall, you can wall jump after and do whatever you want. You can also use it directly to the ledge and it'll snap, but again, it leaves you a little bit vulnerable. If you use it like right below the ledge, sometimes it'll pop you up onto the stage, so you can do that as well. And that's it for her specials, I believe. Side B, up B, yeah. As a general neutral game plan, like I said, learn how to use forward air. Oh wait, I didn't do her smash checks. Let's go into her up smash first. Up smash is, you're seeing what you get with it basically. If someone's above a platform, or you think they're gonna land in a certain area, sure, you can throw your up smash, but it's not the best. Down smash hits behind you first, and then forward. It's okay if you're in a tech situation, and you just want to cover with that. It's a quick move too, so, but yeah, it's a little weird to use because it hits behind you first. So you really got to get used to that. But her most important smash attack is gonna be her forward smash. This is what's gonna net you the most kills, and if you're getting a tipper at like any point of the game, you just throw out F smash. So then there are a lot of ways to set up into F smash, and I'm gonna go over that after I go over her grabs. So up throw is, you see what you get with it. If you want to juggle people, sure, go for the up throw. Forward throw is a quick little toss forward. You can combo sometimes into it depending on if they don't DI or if they DI in. But if they DI out and away, or out and down, it's going to be pretty rough to get combos off of it. Down throw, you're going to get some combos off of it at early percents. Or no, it depends on their DI. You can get combos off of it, or they put them in tech situations. But that's basically it with the throws. But her main bread and butter is gonna be her back throw. You want to be back throwing at any time, any chance that you get, basically. So let me put him here, okay? So your back throw, just straight up, will always net you an F smash. If they DI out and away, you have to wait for the tech, but any other DI, unless there's a platform there, you just get this for free. So yeah, get used to covering their text. That's the only thing you really need to practice. But the timing for this is practically the same for every other DI. So yeah, use her back throw. And again, you don't have to just run up and throw people. You can get a tipper and then do the back throw and get your combo. Or just combo off of that after. So her neutral game plan at earlier percents, like I said, use forward air. Forward air is going to be everything you want it to be. At earlier percents, you can combo into grab, combo into another forward air, combo into neutral air, and just play around with it. Yeah, just play around with forward air because it's going to get you everything you want. At mid percents, you can do the same thing, except now you can go for the they'll go for the kills with F throw. Again, if people are coming at you, throw out your grounded moves, throw out your down tilt, throw your F tilt. And at the higher percents, you have multiple ways to kill. If you get a tipper, you want to end every tipper into an F smash just because of like how easy it is to combo off of. Before I go into like common kill setups, I just wanted to remind you that if you use my referral code for PrizePicks and you enter $5 in, we both get $25, which is insane. So yeah, PrizePicks, enter that little code and we both get money and it's gonna be really fun. All right, common kill scenarios you're gonna get back air into either up air or another forward air, back air. You really got to get used to hit falling her moves because that's how you basically net all your kills, is just hit falling her move into smash attack. And you can do whatever you want after, basically. And that's mostly what advice that I have for Clarion. Yeah, I think she is definitely like one of the best characters in the game. Really hard to master. You just gotta get used to like the way when her moves end and when you can move next. As soon as you figure out when her moves end and when you can press your next button, she's gonna feel a lot smoother than she initially does. I thought she was really clunky at first, which is why I never played her. But once you figure that out, you're chilling. Biggest advice: just learn all her hitfall timings, so that you can get those kills, or else it's gonna be a little bit rough. And you really got to mix up her recovery as well, because it's gonna be hard to fight someone off when they're coming at you. Because of you can't up air them, you can't down air them, you can't back air them really. So you only got forward air. And that's kind of telegraphed because it only hits that one space. So if someone's coming after you off stage, make sure you're using all your resources. Last but not least, if you're on a platform, someone's pressuring you, usually you have enough time to bair or forward air. I'm messing up my shield drop, but yeah, that's how you get off platforms. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, just leave a like and let me know who you want me to do next. I'm thinking about Orcane, just because it seems like a weird character and it's kind of fun to learn. But I really want to just do whatever the people want me to do. So whatever character you guys want next, let me know, and I'll spend the next few days learning them. But yeah, thanks a lot.